The law offices of Ron Scholes presents Miller on Sports, the only sports show that keeps you glued to your seat. Everything else is just talk. Now, here's your host, Richard Miller.
Let's bring in Kevin Waters, head coach of the Jacksonville Giants, right here on the program. How you doing, Kevin?
Hey, I'm doing fine, Richard. How you doing?
Oh, life is good on a Tuesday. Very excited. Giants are 1-0. For those that don't know, y'all beat the Gulf Coast Flash by a point Saturday night. It was electrifying. It was a nail-biter with that buzzer beater from CT. How long did it take you to come down from that high because of the win?
The following morning, when reality hit me that we could have very easily lost that game. So.
And that's interesting. That's interesting you bring that up, Kevin, because you were down here at the pub yesterday afternoon, and you told me that you were treating Saturday's win as a loss. Could you explain that to listeners? With the outcome, we can't expect that outcome on a 35-foot shot every time around. So, with that being said, we're very fortunate, to be on the winning side of that situation, but there's something that's not expected. You can draw it up a million times, but, chances of that happening is very, very minimal. Yeah, very true. And the play went inbounds pass, Christian Laettner to Mike Polite, and then to Todd for the three-pointer. Has that play been used in practice at all, or has that been something you've kept in your back pocket for a while?
No, it's something that I drew up, for the game or whatever. I saw Valparaiso do it maybe about 10, 15 years ago with Drew.
Oh, yeah.
And Coach Drew and those guys. So I just kind of held on to it.
Gosh, I remember that game so well. That was what? I think 1998, I believe.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And Kevin, we talked for a little bit when you were down here at the pub about that play, and I thought it all started with Christian Laettner. What was the key in that play of Laettner to Polite and then to CT for the three-pointer?
I wanted Christian to be the guy to make the pass, the inbounds pass, because I needed somebody with composure that would try to get the ball to the right spot on the court. I had to set up for either Kenny Walker or Mike Polite to catch the middle pass. Kenny got out of position, so Mike Polite was right there to make the catch. And to the young rookie's credit, he caught the pass and turned around and made a correct decision and threw the ball to Curry Todd.
Yeah, it was a truly amazing play, and I had so much fun calling that game Saturday night with Coach Willie Pons on the CW17. Flash guard Justin Ray, he hit that basket to put Gulf Coast up 115 to 113 with about 3 seconds left. What was going through your head when Ray hit that shot? Because it wasn't a high percentage shot, but when he hit it, I'm thinking, oh, that's the game. This thing's over.
No, well, Coach, you've been around basketball long enough. You know that the game ain't over until that final horn blows. So, I know 3 seconds, it might sound like a short period of time, but the reality of it is a lot can happen in 3 seconds on the basketball court. So it's about maintaining your composure and then trying to do the best thing to help your team win.
Oh, that's so true. Kevin Waters, Jacksonville Giants head coach, joining Miller on Sports as I'm down here from City Hall Pub. I have two players that I wrote down, Christian Laettner and Sherrod Hot Rod Harris. I think Harris, he definitely made me quickly forget about ABA All-Star from last year at Hollywood Horton. And the thing about it, Kevin, you know this, the box score, it never tells the entire story. Harris had 13 points, but to me, he was the MVP of the game. Were you impressed with his production, and did you expect that?
Yes, Hot Rod, he dedicated his whole offseason to getting stronger and quicker with the basketball. And we saw the results of it this past weekend. Personally, as a coach, I think I put too much weight on him as far as I had him play a lot of minutes. But, he stepped up to it and made things happen for us.
And I think, Kevin, as well, we see it in the ABA, we see it in the NBA, we see it at high school, college. The point guard is such a vital position now. But it was interesting. Prior to the game, I walked up to Hot Rod and I said, so I've been talking to a lot of people and I've heard you've had the best offseason there is on this Giants team. And he said, oh, well, I guess if they say that, I guess it might be true. And I said, come on, Hot Rod, just tell me yes. But his humility won't allow him to do that. I think having a humble point guard is so essential right now for this Giants team.
Yes, well, we surround around a lot. Hot Rod is surrounded around a lot of great talent. And I told him his charge for this upcoming season is to dominate the game as a facilitator. He has enough weapons around him where he can dominate a game by averaging roughly 10, 11 assists a game.
Mm-hmm. You know, very interesting. And Kevin, also, not really a question about the game, but I love the orange uniforms from the season opener, the home opener. What did you think of them?
I love the orange uniforms. There was a different twist. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from the orange uniforms. So it was a good look for the organization.
No, I think so as well. Kevin Waters, he's the head coach for the Jacksonville Giants, joining Miller on Sports. You can learn more about the team at jacksonvillegiants.com and on Facebook. Go to Jacksonville Giants and like their page. All-Star Center coach Jermaine Bell, he was getting abused down low. He was getting fouled. It seemed like every other play. He lashed out once, got a technical foul. He led the Giants, though, with 17 points. Is it like last year where he's still the focal point of this team?
Yes, we like to think so. You know, Jermaine is a unique talent that, you know, he brings a lot of different things to the table from a scoring standpoint. What I try to stress with Jermaine is that people are not going to give him that call. He's just going to have to fight through it. You know, that's why I tell him it's very important that he dedicate himself to the weight room, because he's going to get pounded pretty hard throughout the course of the season.
Oh, yeah, and just through one game, he's going to see that quite often, like you said. You put Christian Laettner in the game. It was about 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and his leadership, it pushed the Giants into a nice scoring run. I think it was really the unannounced play of the game was getting him in there and getting that little boost that the Giants needed. He's got the obvious leadership. He's got the quarterbacking skills. But from a basketball mind like yours, what else did he prove to you on Saturday night?
Christian still play, man. I mean, you know, there's different levels of basketball talent out there. You can tell that at one point in time, he was considered, you know, one of the elite basketball players in the country. And at his age, you know, his basketball IQ doesn't go anywhere, you know, but his physical ability. But he was able to play off his basketball IQ, which helped our team a lot. On defense, in the middle of the zone, he communicated with the other players on the team and got them in the right place. And on offense, where he just kept the ball on top of the key and allowing the pick and roll to happen with him and Hot Rod, you know, it was very successful.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. And I saw that with Christian Laettner. But in terms of a publicity standpoint for the Jacksonville Giants, has the team been getting contacted by national or regional media outlets in terms of getting the video or getting the audio of that final play?
I know we reached out to certain people like ESPN and things of that nature as far as getting it out. I'm not sure if they played it or anything like that, but I've heard, you know, through different sources that we are getting that information out.
Oh, very cool. Kevin Waters joining Miller on Sports right now. And Kevin, what does the next week bring for the Jacksonville Giants? I see room for improvement. I'm sure you do as well.
Oh, yeah. We just left practice. We got at it pretty hard. One of the things that I wanted to stress, for us to play Giants basketball, we got to be conditioned. And I felt like our guys wasn't in Giants condition this past Saturday. So it's our goal as a coaching staff to get our guys in shape to play Giants basketball for the rest of the season.
And I know you'll have 2 road games coming up. Are you expecting good games like this Gulf Coast game, or are you expecting a little, I guess, a distance in terms of score?
No, the Atlanta Experience actually beat the NBA All-Stars over the summer. The NBA All-Stars had Jared Garrett from Georgia Tech, Rudy Gay from Memphis, the Memphis Grizzlies, So we expect a tough challenge.
Very cool. Kevin Waters, Jacksonville Giants head coach, joining Miller on Sports. You can learn more about the team at jacksonvillegiants.com and on Facebook. Go to Jacksonville Giants. Kevin, it was a pleasure. I'm sure we'll talk next week, and good luck with practice and everything going on with the Giants.
Okay, cool.